How did that happen? Why do you spell it S-P-A-T and some people spell it S-P-A-D?
That I don't know. That part I don't know.
So, Joe,
but all I know is one thing: all the D's are related, and all the T's are related, but not to us.
Not to each other.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you are an icon in Fairmont and in Marion County. You've been successful in so many different venues of life, from a musician, a barber, a human being. So tell us about your life. Tell us, are you a Fairmont native? Where did you grow up?
Well, I was born in St. Mary's Hospital in Clarksburg.
Oh.
When my dad got out of the service, that's when we moved to Fairmont. I was like 2 years old.
What did your dad do?
He was self-employed. He did remodeling, kitchens and bathrooms.
Growing up, where did you live and where did you go to school?
Well, lived on Virginia Avenue, 2 houses down from the stadium.
Well, Joe, this is house you grew up in. You lived in for how many years before you moved out?
Well, I lived here until I was 27 years old when I got married.
Very good. And this was a cherished place for you, wasn't it?
Yep, sure was. A lot of memories.
Yep.
Went to school at Fleming, then went to 5th Street, Fairmont Junior High. But then in high school I switched and I went to St. Peter's, and I graduated there in 1961.
In a 12th grade when they had 1 through 12?
Yeah, it was St. Peter's then, not Fairmont Catholic.
Right, okay, good. Then what? After St. Pete's?
Well, after St. Pete's, I was in the Guards, so I had to go away for my 6 months training at Fort Knox, Kentucky, and then Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay, and then
then I was I worked with my dad for a year, and I decided I wanted to go to Barber School because I always thought about Barber School through high school.
Oh, really?
You know.
What inspired you?
I don't know. It's just like I just wanted to be a barber.
Huh.
You know, whatever brought that.
You cut your dog's hair or anything?
Yeah. So that's how that happened. So I went to Barber School.
Where did you go to Barber School? Where did they have?
Wheeling Barber College it was called. Right there on Main Street.
Yeah.
Lived on the island, Wheeling Island. Yeah, it was back in 1962.
Wow. And then you came back to Fairmont?
Came back to Fairmont and did my apprenticeship on Monroe Street under Chug Piscatelli, Eugene Piscatelli. Went to barbering. I did my apprenticeship right here.
And this was where a building was? A couple buildings were.
This was where the building was.
It's all tore down now.
All tore down.
What are your memories of that, working here for the first time? How many years did you work here?
Just one.
Any memories stand out especially?
Not really.
Okay.
No. In the big Conley house.
Yeah.
Had the porch, the wraparound porch.
Yeah.
Did that. And then I was 64 to 65, I was there. And in January of 66, I opened up my shop on Virginia Avenue and was there 54 years.
My goodness gracious. That is quite an accomplishment.
You know.
So this is where for 54 years you had your business, Joe.
This was my life.
How did this happen to come? How did you happen to get this place on Virginia Avenue? Do you remember?
Well, it was a grocery store and it was up for sale.
Oh, okay.
And we knew the people that had the grocery store.
Okay.
Looked into them, bought it.
So, any special memories inside this particular building and inside your barbershop for 54 years that really stand out for you?
Oh, not just the fact that I've been coming in here way more than 54 years, because when I went to Fleming School, this was our stop.
Oh.
Two times a day. I remember that, going into this store and buying the long licorices and bubble gum with the baseball cards, and
Wow.
all happened here. So actually I've been coming in from the 6th grade, from when I was in 6th grade.
Well, very good. Very good. Who've been some of the illustrious people that you've cut hair for?
Well, I tell you,
That you recall, and that's a tough question.
well, Forrest Springer,
Yep, mayor.
I always remember him well because he came every week. 1 week for a shampoo, the following week for a haircut and a shampoo. Forrest Springer.
Huh.
Paul Parker, the attorney, he was
Yeah.
a good customer of mine.
Good. Well, those are two outstanding people.
A few of the guys from the Pirate Company.
Yeah. Did you ever cut girls' hairs?
No.
Women's hair? Okay. When did you start to decide to go into the homes or nursing homes?
Oh, well, that's
Been part of your life?
just part of it. The nursing home, I always put that down as part of my faith life, my Christian life. Trying to serve the least of our brothers and sisters.
Well, good.
No matter how rich you are in that, because once you're in a nursing home, doesn't make any difference how much money you have. Everybody's the same there.
Well, that's good. So your faith had a lot to do with how you treat people and the way you cut hair.
I think
and
so,
charge
yeah.
Yeah. Tell us also some of your hobbies, because you have some interesting hobbies. You've
Well,
done quite a few things in your life beyond barbering.
Yeah, played in the band.
Tell us about that.
Played my first dance job. I think I was a sit-in for Margot Skinner was her name. She had a little group and she needed a sax player. She was playing a job at the VFW.
So, your memories here at VFW? Tell us about that for a minute, Joe.
Well, that was just a dance job. My first dance job I ever played in a nightclub, which was exciting.
And who did you play with?
Margot Skinner,
Okay.
the Margot Skinner Orchestra.
And you were...
And just one time because they needed a sit-in. Their sax player couldn't make it or something.
Okay.
And then
What instrument did you play, by the way?
sax. Okay. Then got in into the rock and roll scene. Did that for till I went to Barber School. Played rock and roll.
Did you?
We had the Rockin' Catalinas was the name of our group.
Yeah.
We played every Saturday night at the Melody Manor. Used to pack the joint. Then I played with the John Christian Orchestra
Oh, yeah.
after the rock and roll.
Good.
Played in that band until we all broke up in.
Mm-hmm. And any other hobbies that you...
No, just other than I always liked to jog. You know, I was always a jogger, lift little weights.
Your health has been exceptionally good.
Yeah.
You're young,
Yes.
you go out now to people's homes as you've always done it, and you're in your 80s, are you?
Well, I'll be 79 in January.
79, you're close. I'm trying to catch up with you. I don't think I'll make it. That's great. So you are still living an active life. You officially retired, what, a couple years ago?
No, it'll be a year in February I closed the shop February the 8th, 2020.
Okay. What kind of philosophy do you live by? I mean, because you've said how you care for people when you go into a nursing home, you're all the same, and you care for the least, and that's part of your Christian faith. But what's some of the hallmarks of your beliefs in living and in sharing your life all these years?
Oh, just trying to live the gospel.
Yeah.
I believe in the gospel and what it says, and you know what I mean, in the Christ, and just
Good.
just plays a big part, that's all.
And you try to live it, not just
Yeah, I try
say
to
it.
live it, yeah.
Good. And the nice thing is you never overcharge a person.
I try not to.
Tell us about your family.
Well, I have two daughters. Both of them are married. have one grandson.
Right. And you have a wife that you say yes, dear, to.
Yes, I have a wife that, you know, you got to keep happy. Then you have a happy life.
Good. Good. What are some of your reflections about Fairmont then and now, and about living here all these years?
Well, the best part, where I grew up on 14th Street, Virginia Avenue, we had everything in our backyard. All the kids there, all of us, you know, we had a ball diamond, we had a swimming pool, we had a skating ring, everything within walking distance.
Yes, that's right.
Still going to the stadium, the East-West Stadium, could still remember climbing that wall on the other side and sitting there behind the scoreboard. They dug a lot of dirt out of there. That bank ran all the way down here, and we had a plank.
Okay.
We used the plank, put it up against the wall, and it went right to the top. And you could either jump into the swimming pool or jump into the football field.
How often did you do that?
Oh, plenty.
Plenty.
Did plenty. Yeah.
Watching the game?
Watching the games.
You mean you didn't walk in fairly and pay?
No, didn't pay. Didn't have to. That was our right there.
Because you lived on 14th.
Well, yeah, and the stadium was in our property, right?
Oh, great. Okay. We appreciate your comments and your life history in about 10 minutes there, Joe.
Yeah, Seth.
Yeah.